Today marks the beginning of a new era as we are finally here on Halo 5.
You have to be here to win, right? So that's all I could ask for.
He goes for it. Hunter comes up short!
All I can say is sorry to everyone that was rooting for me.
Is it possible? Could this happen? DHG Fireball! Yes, he's done it! Hello and welcome to Tournament 21 of Halo Ninja Warrior, the deadly 4-stage obstacle course that tests the limits of Halo jumpers. Today we enter the new regeneration era with the 5th Halo 5 tournament. In the last tournament, DHG Fireball made history by becoming the 3rd ever grand champion of this course. His total victory was the first since Tournament 9, and now the course is changing more than ever.
You know, it feels good being here in Tournament 21. It's a brand new course for a brand new era. I think it's going to be a very exciting tournament. We'll see how it goes.
I'm happy to be in this new era of Halo jumping.
I think going into the new era, it's becoming the hardest stage 1 possibly ever, but the results for this are going to be very interesting. I expect there to be clears. I expect there to be a lot of surprise failures, and we won't really know till it goes.
With all 4 stages undergoing an extreme makeover, this course has been designed to be more difficult than ever before. Once again, 100 competitors will take on Stage 1, which has 4 brand new obstacles, as well as some tough ones from the past. Anyone who can complete all 8 obstacles within the 90-second time limit will advance to Stage 2. Now let's see who's ready for the new era. In the last tournament, we incredibly reached the 1000th ever attempt at Halo Ninja Warrior, and that means that this guy is going to be competitor number 1001, but in Tournament 21, that's simply number 1. He is Cato09, a newcomer kicking off the regeneration era, the first competitor to attempt the hill climb since Tournament 7, and he is climbing the hill climb, looking very good. All right, Cato, he's the first competitor to attempt this new obstacle, the stick shift. This one isn't too tough, it's more of a time killer, but you gotta walk on that red beam and walk around the black walls. It's pretty tricky. You gotta take it very slowly and you gotta be very precise while you're walking. Next up is the new falling plank. This one, you've gotta climb to the top and then wait for the ledge to drop before you go to the head slide, but you gotta get up there first. Cato cannot get up the falling plank, and our first competitor fails the brand new obstacle. Now it's time to move on to number 2. We've got Ending Raccoon 66, another newcomer. Probably has some raccoon problems. They like to get into your trash and do all sorts of dirty business, so I don't blame him for ending raccoons. But he has ended the first obstacle. He got through it very nicely. Now he is on to the stick shift. Crouching down. That's the right technique for this obstacle. You want to do it crouched, because when you're crouched, your movement is a little slower, and it really helps you be more precise walking around those ledges. Now he is onto the falling plank. We saw Cato unable to complete this obstacle. He didn't even get to the top, but Raccoon does, and he jumps immediately. You gotta wait for the object to fall down. You gotta wait for the plank to fall before you go underneath that head slide. Next up, we've got Noggin. Maybe Noggin can use his noggin to figure out this first stage. He is on to the hill climb, and he is going a little bit slower than our previous 2 competitors. And he's crouching just to be very, very safe. Noggin. Oh, he didn't crouch there, though. He was crouching on every other jump, but not that one. Noggin is our first hill climb failure of the tournament. Next up, we've got Winter Pizza 850. I don't care what season it is. I always want some pizza. But pizza He's hopping through the hill climb now, taking his shot at it. And so far, so good. Going for that dismount. The dismount ain't too tough. I'd be surprised if anyone failed it this tournament. Anyway, the stick shift is up next. When's someone gonna fail this obstacle? Winter Pizza is walking around it very nicely. Throw some pepperonis on that pizza. All right, now he's onto the falling plank. Time to hop up. Come on, you gotta let this plank drop. There you go, that's the right technique, but he doesn't get into the head slide. Winter Pizza, the closest we've seen so far on that falling plank, but he barely hit his head right there. If you clip your head, it's gonna push you down and the head slide will not pull you back up enough. So you really gotta take it nice and smooth. Anyway, next up we've got HNW Superman 68 making his 5th appearance. In the last tournament, he put up his personal best performance getting to the crooked wall. HNW Superman, he first competed back in tournament 15 as Emerged Zebra, but he's come a long way since then. No, not on the course, but just in terms of time. You know, it's been a long time since tournament 15. He has never beat stage 1. As you saw, tournament 20, crooked wall, his best performance so far. He would like to top that though, but he's got a tough task ahead of him. HNW Superman, he is through the stick shift. He's got HNW in his gamer tag, so you always want to see him do good. He supports the channel, he supports the course, but now can this falling plank support him? No, he hits his head too. And 2 competitors in a row we have seen get rejected by that brand new obstacle. After that, we saw more failures. Maddawg, he hit his head, but didn't even get close to having a chance at the head slide. Dark Pyro couldn't get past the hill climb. And then we had Ben, 123107. He also failed the hill climb. And then finally, Vmvzeng was our first stick shift failure. I think he got a little confused on what to do. Next up, we've got Volcanic Crowd 5. This guy is a regular competing in his 8th appearance. His best appearance came back in tournament 14 when he got to the slider jump. So let's see how Volcanic Crowd does today. He's our 10th competitor. We're already at number 10, ladies and gentlemen. Tournament 21 is on the move. That is very exciting to see. The regeneration era has already claimed 9 victims. Will the 10th be our first success on stage 1? Volcanic Crowd is moving through the stick shift. And he got through it in very good time. Now he is on to the falling plank. All right, nobody has gotten past this obstacle so far. He goes to the top, he runs up, and he gets into the head slide. There we go, Volcanic Crowd completing the falling plank. Now he is on to the Dragon Glider. We saw this obstacle do lots of damage last tournament. It had a very low percentage on the clear rate, but Volcanic Crowd gets through it, and now he is on to the scariest obstacle from last tournament. This is the crooked wall. It took out so many great competitors, including Hunter Unit 751. Volcanic goes for it, and he gets a nice save jump. Going for the dismount. Yes, Volcanic Crowd, he's on to the warped wall. Can he get up it in 1? No, he cannot. Volcanic Crowd, okay. That's not how you do it's not how you do the warped wall. You gotta back up. Come on, you got 20 seconds. He is blowing his opportunity at clearing stage 1. Volcanic Crowd goes back. He still can't get up it. This is a disaster for Volcanic Crowd. It was such a good run up until this point, but now he's down to 5 seconds. He still can't get up the warped wall, and he is going to run out of time. We have a warped wall timeout. I'm surprised he didn't get up it on that last attempt. He looked like he had the height, but Volcanic Crowd puts up a very good run, the best he's had since tournament 14. But he looked like he had a shot at beating stage 1. Unfortunately, this new and slightly more difficult warped wall has claimed its first victim. Next up, we've got DeMi GoDz, the regular competing in his 3rd appearance. The last tournament was not so good for him. He failed the first obstacle. Before that, in tournament 19, he failed the TIE Fighter. So now that those obstacles are in this tournament, what could he do today? He's going through the hill climb first off. And Deej, I call him Deej, DG, DeMi GoDz. You know, it took a long time to develop that nickname, but he is now Deej. So I don't know how to spell it, but you all can spell it however you want in the comments. All right, Deej is on to the falling plank. He's got to climb up first. And oh no, he doesn't. Whoa, Deej. Okay, he's gonna just start over on that one. He's still alive. That cost him a little bit of time, but now he's got to climb back up. No, he's taking some bad jumps. You can't jump that fast. Oh my goodness, Deej. 2 saves in a row. That's unbelievable. He's confused. What? He's like, what do I do now? I've saved it twice. Oh, what's he gonna do? Oh, he couldn't save it a third time. Deej is out on the falling plank. What a strange run at that obstacle right there. Next up, we've got CharlieAndOwen. He is also making his third appearance. Last tournament was pretty good for him as he got inside of the jump hang kai. How will CharlieAndOwen do today? First off, he's gonna race through the hill climb. Look at him go! CharlieAndOwen! That looked really nice. Now he is on to the stick shift. Crouch down. Walk around those little black boxes. Alright, he's got it. Now on to the falling plank. Alright, you gotta... Honestly, I didn't expect getting up it to be this hard, but it is! CharlieAndOwen couldn't get up it either! It's the drop that's supposed to be the main focus of that obstacle, but some competitors are having a tough time at climbing. Anyway, right after that, we had some more tough times on the course, including Useful 91812, who failed the first jump. Rift EX2 Films failed a little later and joined himself in the water. DaxterJef also couldn't manage the hill climb. And then we had Nacho Ortiz. He couldn't even get onto the first jump, and he smacked his face really hard on the column too. That looked painful. FatlessWriter was another stick shift victim who did some spins in the water. Insomnia. He couldn't stay awake for the course, apparently. He failed the falling plank. And then Drones 2007. Did they have drones in 2007? I don't know. They didn't have the stick shift back then, apparently, because he failed it. MightyMax 80 is up next. He had a very good appearance in the last tournament, failing the crooked wall. Let's see how he does today. The hill climb is up first. This is our 20th competitor, ladies and gentlemen. We are already 20% of the way through this tournament. That was easy math. All right, MightyMax. He is taking the stick shift nice and slow. I kind of like seeing that. I want to see people take it slow because we've had a few people fail it, so it's not really that scary. But the whole point of that obstacle is to take up time. So if you see them going slow on that obstacle, you know, oh, this is looking bad for MightyMax. What a save. Okay, he's got to save it again. Okay, MightyMax gets up to the actual falling plank, and look at that. That was beautiful. MightyMax, forget everything I was saying earlier about the stick shift. It's time to talk about the dragon glider because that's where he's at. MightyMax going through it, and he crouches. He lost his speed. MightyMax 80 is our first dragon glider victim of the tournament. That is now 20 competitors out on stage 1. But as we look forward into this tournament, a couple notable runs that will be happening much later are, of course, the All-Star Hunter Unit 751. He had 19 Stage 1 clears in a row before the last tournament when he failed Stage 1 for his first time ever. And then, obviously, the Grand Champion, DHG Fireball. He has the longest active streak of Stage 1 clears right now at 7. So those are some of the runs I'm very excited about seeing later on this tournament. But now it's time to move on to number 21, D-Day Man 7. Another newcomer. Obviously, we're going to get a lot of the less experienced competitors here early in the tournament. Let's see how this guy does. He's onto the hill climb. 90 seconds. He is climbing up. And you got to make that big jump down. That one can actually be sneakily tricky, if you know what I mean. D-Day Man, though, he gets through the hill climb, and now he is on to the stick shift. Crouching down. All right. And he's not going too slow here. He's got a good pace so far, moving through the stick shift, getting around each one. Come on, D-Day Man 7. All right, he is on to the falling plank. A lot of people have been struggling with this one. Can he figure it out? He climbs to the top and goes for the jump. He jumps too early and hits his head. D-Day Man 7 is out on the falling plank. Next up, for anyone who likes noodles, we've got Sir Noodlicious. He is actually a returning competitor. In the last tournament, he was known as Digitized Havoc, and he went out on the Dragon Glider. The Dragon Glider is earlier on stage 1 this time, so he's got a better shot at getting back to it and maybe getting some revenge. But he's got to get through some tough obstacles first. He makes it through the hill climb, now onto the stick shift. I'm not gonna lie, when this guy first messaged me, I thought it was Thy Noodleness at first. But no, it's Sir Noodlicious. There's a lot of noodles. I like noodleness from the last tournament, but here is Noodlicious on the falling plank, and he has a little slip up, but he recovers nicely. Now going for a crouch technique, Sir Noodlicious. He is going back to the obstacle he failed in the last tournament, the Dragon Glider. He jumps, bounces, and he's into the first head slide. He's got good speed, a good jump, and Sir Noodlicious gets through the Dragon Glider, and now he is on to the crooked wall. He beat this in the last tournament, but this time he comes up short. Sir Noodlicious is our first crooked wall failure of the tournament. You can tell he barely came up short. It looked like he didn't even get a jump going around the side of that wall.
Oh, he's going straight for it. Oh.
That is disappointing to see, but still, Sir Noodlicious has looked very impressive throughout his first 2 appearances, but we know that crooked wall is an obstacle not to be messed with. I'm sure it'll do some more damage later on in the tournament. Next up, we've got Draufganger, another newcomer on the course, number 23 in the tournament, and right now he is taking his time on the hill climb. Going up it, looks like he gets through it pretty nicely, and he's teabagging in midair as he's onto the stick shift. Come on, Draufganger. He's not had the fastest pace so far. You can tell he is someone who wants to get deep into the stage, wants to take his time and make sure he completes every obstacle. He geets every obstacle. That's what I was about to say. All right, Draufganger. He is through the stick shift, now on to the falling plank. Can he get by this obstacle? A lot of the newcomers have been struggling with it. Actually, I don't know if a single newcomer has gotten past it so far. Draufganger jumps so early. That is not how you do that obstacle whatsoever. Anyway, next up, we've got a returning competitor. This is WolfNinja1225. He was the first person to go in Tournament 20. And he did very, very well on the course. He failed the warped wall, timed out on it, so he got past that crooked wall. But some of these other obstacles were not around in Tournament 20. Starting with this one, the hill climb. We got to find out how Wolf Ninja handles it. Wolf Ninja looking really good. He is through the hill climb and now onto the stick shift. Brand new obstacles for him to try out. Actually, he won't find a familiar obstacle until he gets to the crooked wall, because he did not reach the Dragon Glider in the last tournament. Next up is the falling plank, though. He's got to get through this. Can he do it? The plank falls, he jumps, and he's into the head slide. Nicely done, Wolf Ninja. Now on to the obstacle that he didn't make it to in the last tournament. He came up 1 obstacle short, but Wolf Ninja is going through it. No, he went out the side, and he went over the bar. Very similar to Sleepy Slayer from the last tournament. Wolf Ninja is out on the Dragon Glider. Next up, we've got number 25, Bubba Ace 37, Hunter Unit 751, showing up for 2 runs in a row. Bubba Ace, he hosts Ninja Warrior of Roblox on his YouTube channel. Check him out. And then, of course, watch his run right here. Last tournament, he failed the Jump Henkai. No more Jump Henkai. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad. Oh, he almost overshot that one. I'm kind of sad that the Jump Henkai isn't in the tournament anymore. It's a renewal course, so that was one of the obstacles that we had to say goodbye to. I love the Jump Henkai, but it is no longer on the stage. It also has the most ever obstacle failures in tournament history. So a lot of people failed that obstacle in the past, but it's gone now. Bubba Ace is onto the falling plank after my Jump Henkai spiel. He's climbing up. He lets it drop. Bubba Ace, yes, he's got the falling plank too. 2 competitors in a row getting by that obstacle. I like to see that. All right, Bubba Ace. He's going for it. He bounces into the Dragon Glider. Bubba going all the way to the side, and he gets the second head slide with a major crouch that might have saved his life right there. Now he's got to jump up to the crooked wall. Okay, you got 35 seconds. The clock is ticking. That's something you want to hear me say on the warped wall, not the crooked wall. 30 seconds. Come on, Bubba. Time to go. He goes for it, and he comes up short. Didn't get high enough on the wall as he was jumping around the corner to try to land on it. You can see he jumps low there and did not get the height. He might have had the distance had he jumped a little later. Bubba aces out on the crooked wall.
Understand. That's okay.
Good tournament. Good
Personal best.
Good
I don't
run,
care.
Bubba.
Personal best. I don't care. That was personal
so
best.
close.
I'm fine with that.
Well, that's good. At least he's happy with how he did. What was that? What just happened on the pole? Okay. I don't know what that was, but good run, Bubba Ace, getting to the crooked wall. After that, we saw some not so good runs, including ForceARV, who did something that didn't even know was possible. He went to the side of the hill climb. WaterCupBaja failed on the hill climb as well on the last jump of it. OkayOats tried to skip the stick shift. He tried to cheat, which I made sure isn't possible. Arbitersknight just failed the stick shift regularly. And now we are on to our 30th competitor of the tournament, and this guy is very excited to be back. Making his long-awaited return to Halo Ninja Warrior is the Commander. The Commander first competed back in Tournament 10 and had 3 consecutive appearances where he failed Stage 1 each time. Despite the failures, he got a lot of enjoyment from competing, but when Halo Ninja Warrior transferred to the Xbox One, the commander couldn't keep up. Finally, after missing 8 tournaments, he is back and will be competing for his first time on the Xbox One. Now let's find out how he does for his first time in almost 5 years. It's not very often you see a guy miss 8 tournaments and then come back. It's happened a couple times on the course, I'm not gonna lie, but the commander is the newest addition to that list. You look at people like Kenny Spartacat, he competed in tournament 1 and then didn't compete again until tournament 13. So we've had some long gaps in appearances throughout these tournaments, but the commander is back, and I know he was super pumped up about being able to compete in this tournament. He's also got his own YouTube channel, so make sure you go ahead and check him out there. Hopefully he leaves a comment so you guys can all go like him in the comments. The commander, no! That's not the return we wanted to see. The commander is out on the falling plank. He got stuck in the save jump loop, and he couldn't find his way out of it. Looked like he tried to go backwards, maybe to save it and go back to the beginning, but the commander couldn't pull it off. And now this obstacle, 16 people have gotten to it. Only 5 of them have cleared it, so 11 failures right now. And 30 runs are now completed. Next up, we've got ODST J Arc. Arc, he's had some different gamer tags throughout the last couple tournaments, but he is back. He failed the Jump Hang Kai in the last tournament. I don't want to talk about the Jump Hang Kai anymore, but he is right now racing through the hill climb. Arc, in his 3rd appearance right now. He did better on his 2nd appearance than he did on his 1st, but right now he's got some tough obstacles ahead of him if he wants to improve over tournament 20. Oh, a save jump there, but Arc gets away with it. Okay, and now he's onto the falling plank, climbing up to the top. Time for the plank to drop, and he jumps really far back, but he makes it. Arc is on to the dragon glider, and he goes for it pretty quickly. He bounces. He's going through the head slide. Arc gets a good jump, and Arc is through the dragon glider. Now he is on to the crooked wall. Can he get it? He goes for it, and he crouches. He didn't have the speed he needed, the distance, the height. He had none of it. He just came up short by a mile. Wow, yeah, I don't know what really happened there. It looked like he just kind of made a huge mistake on the initial jump to that column, but that's still a good run.
Ooh. Oh, God, you got a lot of time and nowhere.
Nicely done. You got through a good chunk of that, man.
Snaz showing some love for Arc, and very well deserved, because this is a tough stage 1 to get your personal best on, and these next few guys do not have a personal best worth bragging about. Surfin Blood failed the stick shift. Dread Orpheus failed the hill climb. Tried to skip a jump. Saw N Shotty was trying to cheat, and I knew people would try that, so I put a kill barrier there. And look what happens. Dire Halfling was trying to take the ring to the end of stage 1, but he failed the stick shift. And then Beast Mode 77 was lagging a little bit and then slipped off the falling plank while trying to climb up it. And then finally Arctic Wolf fell into the water on the stick shift and fell on his friend in a very awkward position. But next up, we've got the returning competitor KnightmareGodd, who failed the rolling escargot in the last tournament. Tournament 20, his 2nd appearance, competing back-to-back. That's what I like to see. And KnightmareGodd jumps very early from the 2nd to the 3rd block on the hill climb. He gets away with it. KnightmareGodd is through the hill climb, and now he is on to the stick shift. Time to crouch down and take it slow. 73 seconds left right now. I usually don't keep track of how much time people have left on only the 2nd obstacle, but yeah, why not? All right, now he's on to the falling plank. KnightmareGodd hopping on up it. Time for the drop. KnightmareGodd, no, he doesn't jump. He just falls into the water, and his gun goes flying away from him underwater. That's unfortunate for KnightmareGodd. But next up, we've got another regular. It's SneakKiller 7, number 39 in this tournament. We last saw him in tournament 19, failing the Jump Hang Kai. So many people who have failed the Jump Hang Kai in the past seem to be competing in this tournament. That's just because the Jump Hang Kai has taken out a lot of people, as I mentioned earlier. But SneakKiller, he's had a lot of big moments in his life lately. That's part of the reason why he wasn't able to compete in tournament 20. But now he is back for tournament 21. I know he's busy raising a family. He's got a kid now, which is very exciting for him. So SneakKiller moving through the stick shift. And yes, he's got it. Now he's on to the falling plank. Can SneakKiller pull this one off? He hops up. Time for the plank to fall. SneakKiller, he doesn't jump either. 2 competitors in a row that failed to jump on the falling plank. And now we are on to our 40th competitor. 39 failures in a row. have led to this guy. Back for his second appearance is PatrilloFam4. Patrillo broke out in Tournament 20 as the only newcomer to complete Stage 1. Sadly, he failed the first obstacle of Stage 2, which hadn't happened since Tournament 8. Either way, it's extremely rare to see someone complete Stage 1 on their first ever try, but what's even harder is for someone to complete Stage 1 on their first 2 tries. Now Patrillo will show us if he's the real deal on this course, or if beginner's luck helped him last tournament. This ties the record that was set in the last tournament for the most consecutive failures on Stage 1. 39 was the record last tournament. If PatrilloFam fails right here, he will set a new record for consecutive Stage 1 failures in a tournament. But of course, as a newcomer, he cleared Stage 1, so a lot of eyes are going to be on him here in this tournament. We've seen a lot of newcomers clear Stage 1 on Halo 5 so far, but none of them seem to come back for the next tournament. Campy didn't come back, MightyMax, Pook, all these people did not return for a second tournament. But PatrilloFam did, and right now he's on the falling plank.
Oh my god.
What a crazy technique right there, but he gets it, and he goes straight into the Dragon Glider, and he barely gets into the head slide, but he gets it, and PatrilloFam is through the Dragon Glider and now onto the Crooked Wall. A lot of people have struggled with this, but Patrillo gets by it, and now he's onto the Warped Wall. No one has gotten past this obstacle yet this tournament. 40 seconds left. Patrillo is up it on his second attempt, and now he is the first competitor onto the Swift Cylinder. He goes for it and gets a nice late jump. And yes, PatrilloFam, he's on to the Broken Ladder, the last obstacle of Stage 1, and he's still got 25 seconds left, 2 poles left. One more, come on PatrilloFam, get this nice big dismount, and he goes for it. PatrilloFam is moving on to Stage 2, our first clear of the tournament, and PatrilloFam's second Stage 1 clear in a row. He is 2 for 2 on Stage 1 in his career, and he looked like a true pro on every single obstacle. The Crooked Wall, a very tough obstacle. These new obstacles, he handled them with ease. And with plenty of time left, 15.3 seconds left, that is all he needed to go back to Stage 2. What a great run.
Nice.
Whoa.
What was that technique on the plank? I've never seen anyone do the plank like that.
Yeah, that falling plank technique was pretty crazy. You should go back and watch that. But well done, PatrilloFam. He is the first competitor moving on to Stage 2 in Tournament 21. And he also just became the first competitor since Buddy Jumps back in Tournament 6 and 7 to clear Stage 1 on both of his first 2 attempts. So congratulations, PatrilloFam. And just like that, we are on to competitor number 41. It's Grave Relic competing in his third tournament. Last time he went out on the cone jump of Stage 1, the first obstacle. In Tournament 19, he failed the butterfly wall, so he hasn't gotten too deep into Stage 1 yet, but he is flying through the hill climb right now. Look at him go. And Grave Relic is on to the stick shift. Nice quick pace right now. You're seeing some improvements in his jumping already. Looks like he's come a long way since those last 2 runs. Now he's onto the falling plank. This is the furthest he's ever been on Stage 1. He goes for it. He gets a jump, but it's too low. Grave Relic actually jumped too late and failed the falling plank. Now we've got Given Cookie 5614 up next. This is a newcomer onto the hill climb. And already it looks like he's going to be taking this slower. So last tournament, we saw the 40th competitor, which was Stray Felix last tournament, was the first Stage 1 clear. This tournament, it was PatrilloFam, and in Tournament 20, that eventually led to 11 Stage 1 clears. So if we could see something similar in today's tournament, that would be pretty promising for this regen era. But Given Cookie is looking really good right now through the first 2 obstacles. He's taking it slow, but he's getting through them. Now he's onto the falling plank. Gotta hop up it. Oh no, he comes up short and he slides back down into the water. And again, we see the climbing up part of that obstacle actually causing more problems than I originally anticipated. Next up, we've got LoneVigilant. Almost overshot the first block of the hill climb. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously the hill climb, not a new obstacle. It was around in Tournament 7, but obviously for any newcomers or even a lot of the returning competitors, they probably weren't around for that hill climb back in Tournament 7. This one, though, brand new, the stick shift, and LoneVigilant is kind of teleporting throughout it. Well, that doesn't make it easier by any means, but he is getting through it. He is taking his time, though, going even slower. Oh, no, he slips off. LoneVigilant. He was making his way through the stick shift, but he couldn't quite figure it out. Next up, we've got Unrivaled. Number 44. Will he be unrivaled on stage 1? Well, he looks pretty good so far. Hopping through the hill climb nice and quick. All right, kind of low down on the dismount platform where he lands, but he's good. Now he's onto the stick shift. Making his way around. Looking much better than the last guy. All right, Unrivaled. There you go. Now he is onto the falling plank. Oh, he's looking to the stands. He knows that this is a tough one. All right, he's hopping up. Unrivaled, gonna let the ramp drop, and he hits his head, and he couldn't get quite into the head slide. It looked like it tried to pull him up for a second there, but it wasn't enough. Anyway, next up we've got Death 3906. Not really a good name for a course where you die if you fail. Oh no, Death, no, he's slipping down, and he's dead. Death is dead. And now that's 45 competitors through the course. 46 was FunBandanadee, who failed the hill climb, as did Big Red. Just slipped right over that first step. Everet SIV actually got to the stick shift, but was trying to go too fast and couldn't quite pull it off. And then we had COD Easton XL1, who failed the first obstacle, stage 1. And that means we are on to competitor number 50, which is Avowsthesamurai. Samurai looked pretty good in the last tournament. He almost got the crooked wall, but shockingly didn't get a jump off of it for the dismount. He has never cleared stage 1 on this course, but he has looked like a very impressive jumper at times, so you always want to see him do well. He's a very big fan of the course and always puts in a lot of practice, and he flew through the hill climb right there. Now he's going through the stick shift. Avowsthesamurai. Could this be the tournament? Could he break out in the regen era? He is the 50th competitor right now, and so far we've only had 1 clear before him. So this would be huge. Oh, an interesting jumping technique, and he makes it work on the falling plank. Let's go, Avowsthesamurai. All right, he's onto the dragon glider now. He lines up, bounces. He's going through the first head slide. Can he get a good jump? Yes, he can. Samurai is going on to the crooked wall. This is where he failed in the last tournament. He's lining it up. He goes for it and barely makes it. He got it though, and he makes the dismount as well. Now for the warped wall. We saw Volcanic Crowd struggle here. He's down to 32 seconds. It's not a lot of time. He needs to get up it right now. He's still not up it. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Come on, Samurai. You still got time. If you get up it, he's unable to get up the warped wall. He's had warped wall struggles in the past, and now down to less than 20 seconds. This is heartbreaking for Samurai. He finally gets up, but it might be too little too late. He's onto the swift cylinder. Avows. He nails it. He's onto the last obstacle, the broken ladder, but the clock is ticking down. 3 seconds left. It is not going to be enough time for Avowsthesamurai. The warped wall is what ruined his run. It won't go down as a warped wall failure, but we all know that's the reason why he ran out of time. Avowsthesamurai, that is the best run he has ever had on this course. But he was unable to complete stage 1, and 50 attempts have been taken. Only 1 clear. That is the fewest of the first 50 competitors of a tournament ever in this course's history. And that kind of makes sense, seeing as a lot of the old tournaments had 50 competitors and we never just saw 1 stage 1 clear. But Sonic Fan right now is racing through the hill climb. We're seeing competitors do that obstacle really fast now. And now Sonic Fan into the stick shift. Also going quick on this obstacle. Sonic Fan looking pretty solid so far, but the falling plank, this is a real big test for any newcomer. He hops up. All right, the ramp is dropping. He stays at the back and gets a nice long jump, and Sonic Fan, a newcomer, gets through the falling plank. That is very nice to see. Sonic Fan going for the Dragon Glider now. All right, looking good. Sonic Fan, he gets the Dragon Glider as well, and now he is on to the crooked wall. He goes for it. He jumps, and oh no, he had it. What happened there? He landed on it and slipped right off. A save jump would have been huge there, but look at that. He landed right on it, but that pole just kind of barely pushed him off. That's a heartbreaking way to go out. Next up, we've got a regular on his second appearance. This is Shindude3. Last tournament was nothing special to remember. He just slipped off the track on the rolling escargot. tried to keep going on the course, but obviously that was a disqualification. So now Shindude is... Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
That's a good start. That's a good start to every run. Every all-star does that.
All right, well, it's going to be one of those runs, I guess. Okay, he's through the hill climb, and he's doing more shooting.
There is a time limit.
Stop shooting.
Well, it's pretty obvious how seriously he's taking this run. 63 seconds, and he hasn't even... Well, he's just now starting the stick shift, so... All right, and... Oh, okay, well, yep, there he goes. Don't really feel too bad about that one. Thanks, Shindude. Anyway, after that, we had some more runs. Cactus 30 was unsuccessful on the hill climb. CameronCarroll actually ran way too far up the ramp and just slipped off on the falling plank. And then Beefy Queefy 420, what a gamer tag. He failed the stick shift as well. Hazy Spider was almost through the hill climb, but then just backed off the final step. And then Malphethus, it's a hard gamer tag to say, failed the falling plank. TJW1231 jumped out of the water after failing the hill climb. And now we are on to competitor number 59. This is InaughtykittyI. InaughtykittyI, 90 seconds on stage 1. And it is time for the hill climb. The hill climb has actually done a very significant amount of damage so far with these first 58 runs. Luckily, InaughtykittyI is able to get through it. Now on to the stick shift. Taking it nice and slow. A pretty good pace so far. Staying crouched, I like to see that. All right, and now it is time for the falling plank. Could InaughtykittyI pull this off? That would be something to see. Oh, a bad jump right there. Oh my goodness, this is looking bad. Oh wow, what a save. Okay, eventually he gets up it. And now for the falling plank. Yes! InaughtykittyI is through the falling plank. All right, now for the dragon glider. How will this go? All right, gets a good bounce. And Bear, oh, okay, not as good of a bounce as I thought, but he's into the second head slot, and he's going out the side. What a save. Oh my goodness. How is he onto the crooked wall right now? He's down to 27 seconds left, not a lot of time at all, and a very poor jump onto the crooked wall. All right, well, that was an exciting run, though. Let's look at that dragon glider. He actually went out the side of the second head slide and barely caught that ledge on the upper dismount platform. I have never seen anything like that. But that crooked wall, it's a tough obstacle, especially for a newcomer like that. Even getting that far was very impressive. Next up, we've got Cheese's Life 5, a regular on the course. He knows about failing the crooked wall. That's what he did in the last tournament. Came up short of that pole. I'd say definitely the majority of competitors who fail that obstacle tend to come up short. That's why Samurai, oh goodness, Cheese barely got down to that third step on the hill climb. But yeah, I was saying with the crooked wall, people who fail it, like Avowsthesamurai who overshot it, that's not something you normally see, but that was tournament 20. Can Cheese's Life get back to the crooked wall and try to get some revenge? Cheese through the stick shift very nicely. Now on to the falling plank. Oh, okay, a little lag right there made it look like a spring jump. Cheese gets through the falling plank. Walks up very high on the actual plank to jump off and get into the head slide. And now for another head slide. Cheese going through the dragon glider. And Cheese's Life looks really good on that obstacle. Now for the crooked wall. This is where he failed in the last tournament. And no, Cheese's Life is 0 for 2 on the crooked wall. That was just a pretty bad jump. Anyway, after that we had Dutcho2 fail the falling plank. And then the first obstacle had some fun. Fuzzy VZ5 failed the second jump, as did Son of Steel Rage X. And then failing the next jump was Olive Addict 3. And the hill climb claimed some more victims.
I think I feel pretty good. It's my 17th appearance, I think, and I'm just here to try my best to see how far I get.
Back for his 17th straight appearance is the jumping man himself, Sane the Legend. Sane has undoubtedly built up an impressive reputation as a great Halo jumper, but sadly his abilities haven't always translated to the course. While Sane builds many jump maps and never gives up on any challenge he faces, he has only completed stage 1-4 out of his 16 previous attempts. The last time came in tournament 16, so Sane is still looking to clear a stage on Halo 5. He has gotten very close on multiple occasions, but let's find out if today is the day for Sane to make a comeback. I'm sure I say it about a lot of people, but Sane is really one of those people who you just want to, you root for him every tournament. You want him to do well. So Sane is going to enter the regeneration era, competing for his 17th time and destroying the hill climb that he also took care of back in Tournament 7. Sane now going through the stick shift. Sane's always had some very, throughout his jump maps, he's always had some very unique tricks that you have to do to get past certain obstacles, so I feel like some of these new regeneration era obstacles are actually going to suit him very well, including this one, the falling plank. Sane the legend! Wow, he nails it. He almost hit his head and bounced down, but Sane manages to get by it. Now for the dragon glider. He bounces late, but gets into the head slide, gets the jump, and Sane the legend is through the dragon glider and now onto the crooked wall. This is where he failed in the last tournament. Sane goes for it. No, he doesn't even jump. Sane the legend is out on stage 1 once again. His 13th stage 1 failure, and he did not get a jump for the crooked wall. Even if he did get a jump, it looked like it was going to be really low.
Doesn't matter, that's the farthest I wanted to aim for, so I'm good.
It's okay, Sane.
Killer Demand supporting his close friend Sane the legend there, but that is a tough failure. Hopefully Killer is ready because he's actually up next. That crooked wall, 10 attempts, only 3 clears so far.
This course has kind of at this point become a part of my life in a way. You know, I love every appearance, no matter if it's good or bad. And I will keep doing these runs until the show is eventually cancelled or if I die.
Well, I definitely don't want either of those things to happen, especially not anytime soon. Anyway, Killer Demand, Tournament 20, he failed the crooked wall. As you can see, the crooked wall, it's an obstacle that has taken over in the last couple tournaments. Already only 3 out of 10 clears. Killer Demand vibrating at the beginning of stage 1 for some reason. And he is off. 90 seconds. Killer Demand, what can he do? Killer has not cleared stage 1 on Halo 5 so far. That's why you heard him talking about how he loves every appearance he's been in, and he loves the grind. He loves working for these tournaments and trying to put up a good show. But unfortunately, he just hasn't quite found the success that he's wanted here on Halo 5. But right now he's onto the falling plank. This is a perfect time to get some success. Killer Demand is through the falling plank and now onto the dragon glider. Killer runs up and bounces, and he's going through the head slide. He gets a good jump. And Killer Demand, yes, he is through the dragon glider. Now where Sane just failed, the crooked wall. Killer Demand goes for it. And Killer with the save jump. Killer gets the crooked wall. And Killer's moving on to the warped wall. Still plenty of time left. And he's up in 1. Killer Demand. Is it time for a stage 1 clear? I think so. Killer Demand, the swift cylinder. He jumps early. And Killer Demand is out. Right there at the end of stage 1. Just 2 obstacles left and he failed one of them. The swift cylinder. If you jump too early like that, you'll have too much speed and you'll go flying over the dismount platform. That is a heartbreaking way to fail.
No, Killer.
Oh, no, it was so close.
Oh, you had it.
I had it. I did. I had it. But I beat the crooked wall. I beat the crooked wall. Oh.
You got one right there.
Disappointed yet so happy at the same time.
I'm sure it feels good to get deep into stage 1 again for Killer Demand, but still, he was so close to beating stage 1. He was right there. If he got the swift cylinder, he could have done the broken ladder and he had plenty of time left. Anyway, now we are going to move on to Real Deal. This guy hasn't competed since Tournament 9. This is only his 2nd appearance. In Tournament 9, he failed the rolling escargot, the dismount of it actually. And he got some love from Hunter and Snoz for his intro, so maybe that will help him here on stage 1. Real Deal, going through the hill climb. Obviously, a lot of Real Deal jokes can be made.
Oh, fast. Nice.
He is onto the stick shift now. 77 seconds left. All right. Real Deal, standing up in between each corner. Taking his time on the stick shift, no doubt about that. But he does get through it. All right, Real Deal. He is onto the falling plank now. He's got to climb up first. Real Deal does that successfully, and he gets the head slide. He crouches. He almost could have fallen off there. but he gets through it, and he goes right for the Dragon Glider. Real deal, no. Oh, goodness, he didn't even touch the trampoline.
Oh, come on, dog.
No!
No! Oh, no. He jumped
I got
over the
excited.
entire-
I got excited. I got excited.
Great,
I'll be on
say he
size.
cleared it.
I got excited.
All right, I guess we can all admit that that was a pretty fun run to watch. Anyway, next up, we've got JONSEY Lax 21. You mean lacrosse? Oh, okay. JONSEY, is smacking his knees into the hill climb right now. Yeah, whenever I see lax, I know you could either think laxatives or lacrosse. It's a tough call, but you got to go with one of the two, I assume. Or relaxed. Maybe he's relaxed on the course right now because he is flying through the first couple obstacles, and now he is on to the falling plank. JONSEY climbing on up, and no, he hits his head. Not relaxed anymore. I know that one's got to hurt. Well, we are now on to competitor number 69. It's Z-Master, the veteran. In the last tournament, he was given number 998 because Drago is sick, didn't compete, and someone had to fill in that slot, and Z was the lucky guy. But now he is, a little lower in the tournament. He did have a good run last tournament. He failed the Jump Hang Kai, which was unfortunate for him, but the way he failed was really sad. He just kind of clipped his head on a little bar going for the dismount, and it threw him off. So Z definitely wants to get some revenge here on the course. There's no Jump Hang Kai for him to get revenge on, but still, it's stage 1, and he hasn't cleared a stage 1 in a while. Z-Master now going for the falling plank. Z looks really good on that obstacle, and now he is moving on to the Dragon Glider. Z-Master bounces up into it, and Z flying through it. Z-Master looks really good on the Dragon Glider now for the crooked wall. Can he pull this one off? He jumps. He's low. Z-Master cannot handle the crooked wall. It looked really close. If he had just gotten a little bit higher, I think he might have had a chance, but that is 69 attempts at stage 1. Still, only one clear as the sun is setting on stage 1 of tournament 21, and we move on to number 70, Kursood. In the last tournament, he went out on the TIE Fighter. Kursood is one of those guys who's been sticking around in Halo Customs every once in a while now, and he definitely wants to look good here on his second appearance, and he is flying through stage 1 with his weapon lowered. Kind of looks like me. I feel like my Spartan has looked like that in the past. Is that my helmet? I'm not sure. I don't even remember my own helmet. That's how bad I am about Spartan stuff in Halo 5. But Kursood is through the stick shift, and now onto the falling plank. If he could get this, it would look really nice. Come on, Kursood. All right, he lets it go. He drops. Yes, he jumps and gets into the head slide. Kursood is going on to the Dragon Glider. All right. Oh, okay. He tried to Shiratori it, and that doesn't work. Okay, Kursood is not figuring out this Dragon Glider. No, that's not how you do it at all. Kursood is out on the Dragon Glider. A personal best run from him, but still a disappointing way to go out. After that, we had... yeah, I'm not even going to say that name. Stick shift failure, number 71 is what I'll call him. Yahir Sanchez failed the hill climb. And then we had Ranchero go out on the hill climb as well. And then number 74, Picky Jewel, failed the hill climb. Man, the hill climb is doing some damage this tournament. Well, we are almost 3/4 of the way through stage 1, and we have a young veteran ready to take on the course. Looking to bounce back from his Tournament 20 failure is the veteran Flame Vortex. Flame was a breakout competitor in Tournament 19, when on his 5th appearance, he cleared stage 1 for his first time. He made the most of that opportunity, eventually getting to stage 3, where he failed the crazy cliffhanger. His follow-up last tournament did not go according to plan, however, as he managed to get deep into stage 1, but the brand new Dragon Glider prevented him from reaching his goals. Still, Flame has proven to be an extremely talented jumper on Halo 5, including clearing stage 1 twice in a row on Ninja Warrior of Halo.
But Flame Vortex defeats the first stage with 8 seconds left on the clock.
Now he has another chance to show us what he's got. Man, did Flame look impressive in Tournament 19 when he got to stage 3. Him, Atlantic, and Rog, all super promising. Out of those 3, though, he was the odd man out. He was the one who didn't get back to stage 2, in Tournament 20. So now it's time for Flame to make a statement, and he does on the first obstacle at least. And now the stick shift. Flame Vortex, such a talented jumper. You look at what he's been able to do on Hunter's course, it is really amazing. And Hunter was there for the intro just now for Flame. So obviously Flame getting some support and some well-deserved respect in the jumping community. Flame Vortex gets the falling plank very nicely. And now he is on to the Dragon Glider. This is where he failed in the last tournament. Flame Vortex going through the first head slide. Gets a good jump, and Flame gets some revenge now for the crooked wall. He cleared this in the last tournament. Flame goes for it. He jumps low. Flame Vortex is out on stage 1 again. The crooked wall that he completed in the last tournament. We see a lot of people jumping very low on this wall, and Flame does the exact same thing. That is very unfortunate for Flame Vortex, unable to complete stage 1 in both of the last 2 tournaments. But now that we are 75 runs into stage 1, it's time to take a look at this tournament's Ninja Killer. There's a lot you have to take into consideration when picking one obstacle as the Ninja Killer, but so far, it is the falling plank. If you look at the fact that 39 people have attempted it and 22 have failed it, it's at below a 50% clear rate right now, and it is very close to breaking the record for most obstacle failures for any stage 1 obstacle ever. 24 is the current record. So 22 failures so far, less than 50% of people are clearing it. That hasn't happened since the flying chute in Tournament 8. And with how many different people have failed it in so many different ways, there's no doubt that this obstacle is this tournament's Ninja Killer. Obviously, the crooked wall is also below 50%, but it doesn't have 22 failures. But you know what? That number just keeps on going up. Sleek Terminator, he failed the falling plank, as did Rookie Mango 55. So with Rookie Mango, it is at 24 failures right now, and that is now broken, with Hans T. Wagner becoming the 25th person to fail the falling plank. Luckily, Orbax was actually able to get by it, and he went out on the next obstacle, the Dragon Glider. But just like that, the falling plank has set a new record, and we are moving on to the 80th runner of Tournament 21. Making his 9th appearance on the course is the veteran Paddy Freakin. Paddy hasn't missed the tournament since his debut in Tournament 13, and so far in his career, he has completed Stage 1 3 times. In Tournament 16, Paddy got deep into Stage 3, failing on the vertical limit high. But since then, he hasn't come close to living up to that success. In Tournament 17, he made a sloppy mistake on the spider walk that ended his tournament on Stage 2, and ever since then, he hasn't even been able to complete Stage 1. He is currently on a streak of 3 straight Stage 1 failures, with his last run ending on the crooked wall. Still, Paddy is a very talented jumper, and with the new era, he has a chance to get his career back on track. Paddy Freakin. Wow, he's been in 9 tournaments now. That's crazy. One more and he'll be at 10. That is really cool for Paddy Freakin. Right now, he is on the hill climb of Stage 1. And Paddy Freakin, a very solid jumper. You would never expect him to struggle with an obstacle like that, but you'd also not suspect him to have some of the failures that he has had here on Halo 5. Paddy Freakin is a very, very talented jumper. Paddy goes out on the stick shift. Are you kidding me? I do not believe that just happened. Paddy rushed the second obstacle of Stage 1 and just put up his worst ever performance in his entire career. And now, after 80 runs on Stage 1, we still only have 1 success. Well, that's a new record for consecutive first stage failures now. 40 failures in a row. Alex Zombie 11 is up next. He is a newcomer, but he has been putting in a lot of practice for the course, so we'd love to see him do well right here. Hopefully, just do better than Paddy. Alex Zombie is now on to the stick shift where Paddy just failed. Time for him to go around. If Alex Zombie could clear, then obviously 40 would be the consecutive first stage failure record. But if he fails, then the number will just keep going up. Alex Zombie now on to the falling plank. So far, it's definitely been the Ninja Killer. And he is going to go on to the drop down the plank. No, he hits his head. Alex Zombie is out on the falling plank. Another failure for that very difficult obstacle. Well, now we've got Crowned Ferret 19 competing in his second tournament. Last time he went out on the TIE Fighter. Everyone remembers him as Irish. Used to compete back on the old Extreme UK Gaming Ninja Warrior of Halo tournaments. And he was a really good jumper. Still is. He still has some skills, and he showed them right there on the first obstacle. Now, Crowned Ferret is onto the stick shift. This obstacle, I'm not gonna lie, more people have failed this obstacle than I thought would in this tournament. It was mostly designed as a time-wasting obstacle, but, you know, I guess even with time wasters, you can still get failures. Now he is onto the falling plank. He gets up to the plank drops, and he hits his head too! Another falling plank failure. They are just stacking up. It's unbelievable how much damage that one obstacle can do. Next up, we've got Biggie D 187. He is also competing in his second tournament, and just like Irish, or Crowned Ferret, he failed the TIE Fighter last tournament. He could have made it. He just came up short of the dismount. So Biggie D definitely has some skills. And right now, it looks like he's rocking the BR. And Biggie D melees in celebration as he gets through the hill climb. Now he is on to the stick shift. Quickly around the first one. All right, he's actually doing this pretty quickly. Hopefully he doesn't slip off. Biggie D, yes, he's got it. Now onto the falling plank. Gotta climb up this thing first. The climb up hasn't been the easiest, but he does it. And now for the drop. No, another head hit. Another failure on the falling plank. That's 3 in a row after Patty's stick shift failure. Oh, here's a good return, though. Alex J189 is up next. This guy has not competed since Tournament 16, and he is making his 8th appearance on the course today. Alex, he had one great tournament. Back in Tournament 11, he got to the final obstacle of Stage 1, and that was a tough stage, so it made Alex look really good, obviously, but he has struggled with Stage 1 ever since then. Never completing the stage. Tournament 11 was his personal best performance. Could he do better this time? He's been gone for a while, though. I mean, Tournament 16, yeah, it's been a hot minute. Alex J189 currently taking his time on the stick shift, and he's still got a minute left to go as he's onto the falling plank. All right, the last 3 competitors all failed this. Can Alex pull it off? He goes for it. He jumps too early. Alex J189 adds to the list of falling plank failures, and this obstacle is not getting any easier for our competitors. Look at that. He just didn't even have a chance at getting into the head slide right there with how early he jumped. That is a shame. Alex is out on Stage 1, and the sun has set. It's nighttime on the course. Soul Reaper was up next. He also failed the falling plank. This is the first time he's competed in back-to-back tournaments, by the way. Hydra couldn't even get to the falling plank. He failed the stick shift. And then we had Ninty7 Grizzlies. He actually put up a pretty decent run getting all the way to the crooked wall, as did Longshot Arrow 76, who made it past the crooked wall in the last tournament.
You got the semi.
Well, Killer Demand finally has some company from New Zealand in this tournament. The Virtues 11. This guy, a very close friend of Killer Demand. And he's been actually looking pretty solid in practice. Killer is obviously, he's been a big part of the course for a long time. And now the Virtues kind of wants to piggyback off of what Killer's been doing throughout his career. If he could get off to a good start right now, it would look great for him moving forward. Virtues is through the stick shift and onto the falling plank. Can he get by this obstacle? It's been very tough for newcomers, and he gets it.
Beautiful.
What a great run right there at the falling plank. The Virtues now onto the Dragon Glider. A big bounce right there. He's looking good. And Virtues, yes, he is through the Dragon Glider and now onto the crooked wall. Could he pull this off? It would be great for a newcomer to do it. He jumps and he comes up short. Virtues so close. It looked like he really had a chance at that one. He jumped just a little low. Oh, look at that. If he had gotten a little bit higher on the wall, I think he would have had a chance to clear that obstacle.
Oh. Nah, that's me.
Nah, that's all good, mate.
Hey, I called out
that was
that I was
good.
going to get to the crooked wall. I called out I was get there.
Well, that's great to see that Killer Demand's protege has had a pretty good newcomer performance. With all things considered how tough this course has been, that is a very great run from Virtues. Next up, we've got Itchy Crevice. This guy did get to the warped wall in the last tournament where he timed out. and now he is making his 3rd appearance. I'm not gonna lie, I love this guy. This guy, I feel like he's got some potential. He's got some very good jumping skills. You obviously, you saw that he beat the crooked wall in the last tournament. So, Itchy Crevice, great gamer tag. Also a pretty solid jumper, and he's got some style. I like it. 360 on the dismount for the hill climb. Now he's onto the stick shift. Taking his time getting around these walls. I'd rather you take your time and clear it and not be like Patty. He is on to the falling plank. All right, this is a big one for Itchy Crevice. Can he get it? He walks all the way to the top, and he jumps so early. That wasn't even close. Itchy Crevice goes out on the falling plank. We have now had 90 attempts at stage 1 and still only 1 clear. This is crazy.
Going into 21, I was curious what the course would be like. There are some similarities, but it's just gotten much more difficult. I'm excited just to give it a go, but it's a challenge for sure.
The legendary Snoz. He knows what tough of a course he has in front of him. Last tournament, he went out on the crooked wall. The crooked wall has been very difficult so far, but so has the falling plank. Snoz usually does pretty solid on stage 1 even when he doesn't clear. This would be big for him if Snoz could enter the regen era with a stage 1 clear. That would be a big statement. He last cleared in tournament 19, but 20 he failed the crooked wall. Snoz right now is on to the stick shift. Always rocking the pig helmet. He's very proud of that. Ground pound arena did pretty well for him. Snoz now on to the falling plank. If he could get this, it would be huge. Snoz was worried about this one. Snoz gets the falling plank. Everyone's worried about that. If you can get by it, it is a very big deal right now. Snoz is onto the dragon glider. He didn't get to attempt this in the last tournament. Snoz is going through it, and no, he gets a bad jump. Snoz is out on the dragon glider. A bad jump off of the pole, and he could not get into the head slide for the second half of the dragon glider. Look at this. He might have drifted too far to the left too early. And Snoz is out on stage 1 again.
I got a bad jump. I didn't get the... I thought I hit it right, but then I could tell I didn't. God.
This stage is really tough throughout. Even the dragon glider hasn't done a lot of damage. Only 6 failures out of the previous 22 attempts, but Snoz was one of them. That really shows how anything can take you out on this course. Looking to continue his impressive streak of performances is the veteran Strafe Helix. Strafe first competed back in Tournament 10 as Vulcan 1610, and on his 3rd appearance in Tournament 12, he found his way to Stage 2 for his first time. He eventually failed the swing ladder and then didn't return for all of the Master Chief Collection. On Halo 5, Strafe made his return, and in both of the last 2 tournaments, he has been successful on Stage 1. He still has yet to complete Stage 2, but Strafe put in lots of hard work to do well in this tournament, so let's see if it pays off. Strafe Helix. Been looking really solid lately. And let's see what he can do here in the regen era. Strafe. We are currently at 51 straight failures, by the way, after Snoz's failure. We haven't seen a clear, only 1 clear out of the first 91 runs. The last one was number 40. It's been a long time. Could Strafe finally break this streak? We're going to watch and find out as he is onto the falling plank. Climbing up right now. Time for the plank to drop. He goes for it and gets a smooth ride into the head slide. Now he's onto the dragon glider. This is where Snoz just went out. Can Strafe figure it out? He gets the bounce. This is an obstacle he did do in the last tournament, and he nails the transition to the second head slide. Now he's onto the crooked wall. Strafe Helix, he's going for it. He goes straight for it. He doesn't stop. Strafe looks so good on the crooked wall. Now for the warped wall. He's not up at N1, but he has lots of time left. He was making a good pace going here. He's not up at N2. Strafe Helix, that clock's something to worry about now. He's up at N3, and still 30 seconds left. Should be enough time if he can beat the Swift Cylinder. Strafe, yes, he's got it. Now he's onto the broken ladder. 22 seconds left, and what's he doing? He's going backwards. Oh my goodness, this is such a risky technique. It might save time. He needs a safe jump going forward, but backwards he nails it, and Strafe Helix, 9.9 seconds left. He is going back to stage 2 for his 3rd tournament in a row. That is impressive from Strafe. Look at that crooked wall. He demolished it. He made it look so easy, but this was crazy. Going backwards on the broken ladder, a very risky technique. He needed a save jump at one point, but he pulled it off. And now we finally have our second clear of the tournament.
Nice.
You're going backwards
Oh.
so much? What are you, Houdini?
Great run, Vulcan.
Jesus.
Very well
Christ.
done, Vulcan. All I'll say is you had plenty of time. I'm not sure the need to go backwards, but you made it look very good.
Well, if Houdini would go backwards on the broken ladder, I wonder what other techniques he would have on stage 1. There is Stray Felix joining Petrillo Fam on the second stage. 2 competitors out of 92 runs have now completed this stage. Next up, we've got Caucasians. Yeah, he's changed his gamer tag. I think he did this in the last tournament. He used to be Asians, now he's Caucasians. It's a whole thing. He cleared stage 1 in the last tournament, though. Looked really solid. And he's got a bit of a crowd behind him in the, what's definitely not the spectator platform, but they are watching from behind. That's actually, you know, looks cool. Looks cool to see people back there. Anyway, Asians right now is going through the stick shift. All right, Asians. If he could clear in tournament 20 and a 21, that would be great for him. He's never had back-to-back stage 1 clears. Asians climbing up the falling plank. All right, time for the big jump that he got right there while he was crouched. Nicely done, Asians. Now for the Dragon Glider. Asians did this obstacle in the last tournament. He's going through it right now. Asians with a big jump, and he's got it onto the crooked wall now. Caucasians, can he do it? He jumps. No, he's too wide to the right, and he fails the crooked wall. Asians once again out on stage 1. He did it last tournament. He could not do it again this tournament. That is so sad to see for Asians.
Go for the kitties.
No!
He launched our launch.
No!
Our runs were exactly the same.
No!
Our runs were exactly the same.
Feeling pretty nervous this tournament. It's a new course, a lot of new obstacles, as well as modifications to old obstacles. You know, feeling less confident about stage 1 this time around, but hopefully I can make the most of it and live up to the expectations.
Rog, the host of Spartan Sasuke, he has risen up as one of the top jumpers on this course. Cleared stage 1 in the last 2 tournaments, made it to stage 3 in tournament 19. Last time he went out on the salmon ladder, you know he wants some redemption, but he's got a tough stage 1 to get through first. Rog hoping to be the 3rd competitor to move on to stage 2. No one would have thought that we'd be looking for the 3rd person all the way up in the mid-90s, but that's where we are right now. Rog currently navigating the stick shift. Looking good, and he's through it onto the falling plank. He takes out his BR to shoot at it first. All right, he switched back to his pistol. Let's see if he can do the falling plank. Rog gets a nice jump. That was beautiful. His head just hit the perfect spot to get into the head slide. Now for the Dragon Glider, Rog goes for it. He gets a good bounce. And Rog going through the first head slide. Yes, he's got it. The second head slide, Rog is good to go. Now for the crooked wall. This is a tough one. Asians just failed it. Rog is going to go for it. And Rog, no, Rog, a bad jump. He doesn't even get close on the crooked wall. Rog fails stage 1 for the first time since tournament 18. That was very unfortunate for Rog. He did get a jump out of the water, but he doesn't care about that. He wanted to beat stage 1, and he didn't.
Nope.
Oh, right.
Well, at least you jumped back out the water.
At least it wasn't a plank.
I think we should hear a little more from Rog after that unfortunate failure.
Well, I kind of knew going into this tournament that I was probably going to fail stage 1. Tried putting in a lot of practice, but you know, it's a brutal course and brutal obstacles strike again. Crooked wall's tough. I'll get it next time though.
Well, Rog really didn't sound confident about his run today. He did say that he will do better in the future though. 5 clears out of 19 attempts on that crooked wall right now. That's crazy. That's very low. That is very low. The crooked wall doing a lot of damage. Next up, we have the All-Star. Our first All-Star of the tournament. It is Alpha Puma. This guy, last tournament, went out on the spider walk of stage 2. Not exactly, you know, it wasn't a super memorable run for Puma, but, you know, he's had his ups and downs. And right now, it's the regen era. He just kind of wants to reset and put up a great performance. So let's see what our all-star can do. He's changed his armor color, too. Look at that. He looks very unique now. I kind of like it. Puma. Puma is through the stick shift now onto the falling plank. Of course, he has his scatter shot with him. That was a good sign. Puma on the falling plank nails it. He is good to go, and Puma is going to move on to the dragon glider. All right, Alpha Puma, this is a big one. Can he get it? He gets a decent bounce, not the best bounce, but he's able to get in. He's lagging his way through the obstacle, and Puma is onto the crooked wall. Come on, Alpha Puma. A big obstacle right here. Can he do it? Only 5 people have gotten past it so far. Puma from the Save Jump Academy pulls off the crooked wall. What do you know? 32 seconds left on the warped wall. He does not get up it in 1. Puma going for a second attempt. He's jumping pretty early. Let's see if he can fix this. He's down to 23 seconds. Not a lot of time. Puma, you need to get up the wall now. Puma still not up the warped wall. This is heartbreaking for Puma. He can't get up it. He's not going to have enough time to clear stage 1. 10 seconds left, and he still cannot get up this wall. Alpha Puma, 5 seconds left. At least get up it for your pride. Come on. Last attempt before the clock expires. Puma is out of time on stage 1. There is nothing left on the clock. He has failed. Alpha Puma will not be advancing to stage 2. He beat stage 1 in both of the last 2 tournaments, but our first all-star of the regen era has failed at the warped wall.
This is obviously a tougher stage than what we got last time. Obviously, it's the renewal. There's more obstacles that are very tough. And honestly, I just hope that I can clear this stage.
Making his 5th straight appearance is the new veteran Atlantic champ. Atlantic first tried out for Halo Ninja Warrior in Tournament 16, but his qualifying run wasn't good enough to earn a spot in the final tournament. In Tournament 17, he got his first shot at Stage 1, but didn't make much of an impression. He improved in Tournament 18, but in Tournament 19, he made sure everyone knows who he is. Not only did he clear Stage 1 for his first time, but he also managed to dominate Stage 2 on his first ever try. He also made it back to Stage 2 again in the last tournament, but just like Rog, he failed the dismount of the salmon ladder. Still, Atlantic feels like he has more to prove, and now he has a great opportunity for a strong start to the regeneration era. The way this tournament has unfolded so far has been very, very crazy. But what can you expect from a regeneration era? You know, a renewal course like this. That's kind of, I guess, to be expected. I'm still shocked at some of the failures we've had, though. Atlantic Champ is jumping his way through the stick shift. Interesting. All right, he got it. That was actually pretty fast. I wonder if that made him go faster. He's still got 70 seconds left. Yeah, must have. Anyway, oh, falling plank. Look at that. Atlantic, so pretty on the falling plank. Now onto the dragon glider. He's not going to stop. Atlantic going for speed right now. And does it work out for him? Yes, he's got the dragon glider. All right, now for the crooked wall. This is tough. Atlantic Champ. Can he get it? He jumps so early, but he makes it. What? How did he make that? That was crazy. And Atlantic, okay, he's not up the warped wall in 1, but he still has a lot of time left. Puma just failed this. Atlantic is up it in 2 with almost 40 seconds left as he got up it. Now for the swift cylinder. Atlantic Champ. Yes, he's got it. He's onto the broken ladder. And he still has 30 seconds left. Unlike Strafe, he's actually going to turn around for each jump. Atlantic Champ, can he do it? Can he be the 3rd clear of the tournament? Atlantic Champ, he is moving on to stage 2 for his 3rd tournament in a row. Just like Strafe Helix, and he had 20 seconds left, over 20 seconds. That is very impressive from Atlantic Champ, the fastest time of the tournament so far, and now we are at 3 clears out of 96 attempts.
Well, you know, there's been a long time since the fail. You know, I've had a year to look back on it and think about it. Obviously, I think there's a lot less pressure on me now that the streak has finally come to an end. But, you know, that's now given me a new challenge. You know, I've got to try and get some revenge for the first time ever. And I'm sure that if I do get to the finish line, then everyone will know what it means to me.
Returning for his 21st consecutive appearance is the legend himself, Hunter Unit 751. Hunter was an all-star on the Xbox 360 and is still an all-star on the Xbox One, and he had an amazing streak of 19 straight Stage 1 clears. In the last tournament, Hunter wore number 1000, and for the first time in his career, he was unable to complete the first stage. His records are still incredible, including 15 third stage appearances and 2 final stage appearances. He also hosts his own tournament, known as Ninja Warrior of Halo.
Is this guy learning his jumping abilities the further he gets along this course? Oh my god!
And now for his first time, Hunter is seeking revenge on Stage 1, and specifically, the Crooked Wall. Let's find out if Hunter can redeem himself and also get his 20th ever Stage 1 clear. I very rarely plug other videos I've made mid-tournament. There's Snaz giving Hunter some support. But I do want to mention a video I made for Hunter called The Streak. It's kind of a documentary focusing on his career and obviously his incredible streak of Stage 1 clears where he had 19 in a row. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out. Hunter right now, this would be big. He could get, a reload mid-obstacle. I saw the mag fall onto the step. All right. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, if Hunter clears this stage, it will be his 20th clear. That's a big deal for Hunter. And he obviously wants to bounce back after his Crooked Wall failure from the last tournament. So there is a lot on the line for this Tournament 21 run. Right now, Hunter has to do the falling plank. Hunter is going to run up kind of midway, and Hunter, is he in? No, he's not in! Hunter fails on the falling plank. He was almost into the head slide, but he didn't get it. Hunter, the third obstacle of Stage 1, you can see he kind of hovered there for a second. He had a little glimmer of hope, but it was not enough to keep him up there. Hunter has failed Stage 1 for his second tournament in a row. And that is once again his worst ever performance on this course. I don't believe it.
Didn't let me in. What the come on. What the hell? God, come on.
I feel your frustration.
It really tried. It was trying to hold you up there. It was like halfway down, you were still trying.
You can hear the frustration from Hunter on that one. The falling plank, such a tough obstacle, and he is not able to get the redemption he wanted after Tournament 20. There's only 3 competitors left, and there's something happening right now. Something is happening. What is going on? Fireball is out in front with a bunch of other competitors with their plasma pistols charged up. What is happening? Is this like a scene from Harry Potter? What? I don't get it. Okay, and they're all just walking off. This is the weirdest thing I have ever seen. Okay, they're all dead, and there's one man left. Who is that? Oh, yeah. It's Chris. Who else would have thought of that? Coming off of his personal best performance is the veteran Siren. This is his 8th time competing, and he's already managed to complete Stage 1 4 times. After failing the metal spin in both tournaments 18 and 19, he finally overcame that and was one of only 2 competitors to reach the 3rd stage in the last tournament. He had an impressive attempt at it as well, making it all the way to the vertical limit Kai. Today, Siren will look to build off of that success and clear Stage 1 for his 4th time in a row. I think it's really important to remember how big of a run that was for Chris in the last tournament. I mean, seriously, getting to Stage 3, being the only one alongside Fireball on Stage 3, that was huge for him. And he looks so solid in the last tournament. Obviously, he's been having a lot of success on Halo 5. And Chris is going to do the jumping technique on the stick shift as well. That has to be fast. Look at how much time he's got. Chris is a very fast jumper, very skilled, and he does get the falling plank. Well done, Chris. All right, he would love to get back to Stage 3 again, just to prove that last tournament was no fluke. This guy is so good at jumping. Chris on the Dragon Glider. No, Chris is out on the Dragon Glider. An obstacle that hasn't done that much damage, but it takes out one of the top competitors of Tournament 21. Just like Snaz, he got the bad jump off of that pole and was unable to get into the second head slide. Chris, someone I thought might have a shot at getting back to Stage 3, fails the Dragon Glider. This stage is finding all sorts of ways to take competitors out, and now we are down to our final 2 competitors. These are 2 of the big timers, guys who have had success for a long time on this course, and I'm excited to see what they've got. Competing in his 14th straight tournament is the all-star GoTanks. Despite failing stage 2 in both of the last 2 tournaments, GoTanks has been one of the most consistent jumpers on Halo 5. Going into this tournament, him, Pixel Projects, and DHG Fireball were the only competitors to clear stage 1 in every Halo 5 tournament. With Pixel not competing today and Fireball going next, GoTanks could actually become the first to go 5 for 5 on Halo 5's first stages. GoTanks is also known for reaching the final stage a record 3 times, and is only the 2nd competitor in the course's history to reach 10 stage 1 clears. Today could be a big day for GoTanks, so let's see if he can stay dominant on Halo 5 or if he will succumb to the new era. Back-to-back tournaments for GoTanks being number 99. This guy has just been very impressive throughout his entire career. So far, the worst performance he's ever had was his very first appearance in Tournament 8 where he failed the flying shoot. The flying shoot was the 7th obstacle of stage 1 in that tournament. That's the worst he has ever done. It's going to be a challenge for him to step up and clear stage 1 again, though. We've only seen 3 people do it. GoTanks right now, going through the stick shift. He's not a fast guy either. That could be a problem. We've seen a couple timeouts already. A few, actually. And he has struggled with the warp tool on the pass. So far back on the falling plane, GoTanks gets it. That was really close. Now he's on to the Dragon Glider, an obstacle he did in the last tournament. A lot of people did this last tournament. And GoTanks, he is through the Dragon Glider. Very nicely done. Now for the Crooked Wall. Can he get this one? GoTanks is looking at it, taking his time. He runs up to it. GoTanks with the save jump. Yes, he's got it. And GoTanks barely gets the dismount. Now for the warped wall. He needs to get up this in 1. Okay, yeah, he's good. He's only got 25 seconds left. Not a ton of time for these last 2 obstacles. GoTanks is good on the Swift Cylinder. He takes another save jump there. All right, he's still got 16 seconds left. Should be enough time for the broken ladder. GoTanks is climbing up right now. All right, down to 10 seconds. This is really looking close from GoTanks. Can he do it? GoTanks, it's climbing up. And GoTanks, the all-star, is moving on to stage 2. 5 for 5 on Halo 5. How perfect does that sound? What an amazing run. Only 2.6 seconds left. He's never been fast, but man, he gets the job done. The Crooked Wall, no problem. And then this one. The Swift Cylinder, he needed another save jump on that. He might have been fine without it, honestly. But then he took his time climbing up the broken ladder, and GoTanks puts up another super solid performance, getting through stage 1, and he is only the 4th person to clear stage 1 in Tournament 21 so far. Man, that's amazing.
I love you, GoTanks. You do it every tournament.
Show these kids who's still on top. Show these kids who's on top.
Oh my god, you did it every time.
You can hear the excitement from Fireball and Snoz. Look at that timer. That little sliver of green. That's all GoTanks had left, and that was all he needed. It's hard not to root for GoTanks. He's number 99, and he clears stage 1 once again. That is 4 people moving on to stage 2. The max we can get now is 5. We've already got 4, and there is 1 competitor left.
It feels great. I mean, I love competing in these. It's an amazing feeling. Last tournament was great. Like, I had so much fun. Coming to this tournament, I mean, people tell me I shouldn't worry very much, but I strive for greatness. I strive to do good. I do get a little nervous. I do want to get back to stage 3. That'd be a good goal for me, but focus on stage 1 right now and see what happens.
The final man to take on Tournament 21's first stage is the 3rd and newest Grand Champion, DHG Fireball. Today, Fireball is making his landmark 10th appearance and has already become one of the all-time greats on this course. On his first appearance in Tournament 12, he reached stage 3, and that was clearly a sign of what's to come. He's now been to stage 3 7 times, and in the last tournament, he finally defeated it. After so many shocking failures throughout all of Tournament 20, Fireball managed to stand out and be the lone survivor of the 4-stage obstacle course. He now joins Buddy Jumps and Just One Player as grand champions, and his success is the reason for this new, tougher renewal course. Now let's see if Fireball can continue his unbelievable streak of success and provide us with a run worthy of a grand champion. Mr. 100, and he is building a tower of competitors. Fireball trying to one-up Chris on the intro thing. Chris even helping out there. I don't know. I think Chris took the cake on the best intro of the tournament. But that was pretty good, Fireball. All right, Fireball getting a lot of support from his fellow competitors. That 20 right there, that is from him. His banner is hung above the stage, and he wants to follow up his total victory with another legendary run. Let's see what he has here on the first stage. Fireball currently on the hill climb, and Fireball races through it. Fireball has always been fast. He's a lot like Chris, loves to go fast. Would probably love the fastest time here too. Fireball right now working his way through the stick shift. Maybe not the fastest we've seen this obstacle done. Those people who jump through it, they definitely did it a little faster. Fireball now climbing up the falling plank. Can he do this? The grand champion! Yes, he's got it! Number 100 is through and onto the dragon glider. Alright, he gets kind of an early bounce there, but he still makes it. He makes it work. Fireball is through the dragon glider and now onto the crooked wall. Such a tough obstacle right here. Fireball's gonna go for it. He nails it. Look at that! Our grand champion is making short work of this stage. Okay, maybe not the warped wall. He's gonna shoot at it a little bit. Fireball is up and on his second attempt, and he's still got plenty of time. Onto the swift cylinder. Fireball, does he get it? Yes, he does. He's onto the broken ladder. DHG Fireball is gonna climb his way up the broken ladder and try to clear stage 1 once again. Look at this guy go. DHG Fireball with his 8th stage 1 clear in a row. That is incredible. 15.5 seconds left. That is your grand champion from Tournament 20. And man, he looked like it right there. That was a great run. He only slipped on the warped wall once. Other than that, such a clean run. And that wraps up stage 1 with 100 attempts and 5 clears. Now, Petrillo Fam, Strafe Helix, Atlantic Champ, Go Tanks, and DHG Fireball will all take on the new second stage. This stage has 2 brand new obstacles, alongside some old returning obstacles. And for the first time on Halo 5, everyone who reached stage 2 has attempted it in the past. Now, our final 5 competitors will get a true test of speed and focus. So let's get to it and find out if anyone can advance to stage 3. It's time to start this off with the only newcomer who cleared stage 1 in the previous tournament. It is Petrillo Fam 4, and he is now 2 for 2 on stage 1 in his very young career. In the last tournament, it wasn't pretty on stage 2. He did fail the first obstacle, but now he is going to be the first person to test out the Regeneration Era second stage. Let's see if he can improve over his last tournament by beating this first obstacle. It is the ring slider, and he has 70 seconds. This time limit is not lenient, so it's not really good for him to already be stave jumping on this obstacle. But Petrillo gets into the second ring and gets through the dismount, so this is already a personal best for him. Now it's time for the Kudari Salmon Ladder. Got to go up 5 rungs first, and Petrillo doesn't make the 5th rung, but he has a really nice save right there. Gets back up, and now it's time to go back down. Time to undo all of that hard work he did going up. And Petrillo looking good going down so far. And he gets a nice save jump on that corner and makes the dismount. 35 seconds though, not a lot of time as he is onto the solar swing. This obstacle was modified from the last tournament. Now there's only 1 set of bouncers. But Petrillo is taking extra bounces. This is not good for his time at all. Petrillo is onto the balance tank and he's only got 20 seconds left. He needs to hurry now. Oh no, Petrillo, he is off on the balance tank. Rolls off the front of the ball, and Petrillo Fam fails stage 2 for his 2nd time in a row. Still an impressive start to his career. You can see right there, he just kind of let the ball roll forward and he wasn't backing up enough. And the balance tank, that was its 25th failure throughout its entire career. 140 attempts, that's insane. So yeah, 82% of people who get to that obstacle have completed it. Next up, we have Strafe Helix. This is a veteran, making his 8th appearance today. He's never cleared stage 2. Last tournament, he did go out on the solar swing. The part of the solar swing that caused him to fail isn't actually part of the obstacle this time, so maybe that'll help him if he gets there. 70 seconds onto the ring slider, much better than Petrillo, much faster. I like that. Strafe, nice. All right, he's onto the salmon ladder now. That's how you want to do it. You want to go fast on this stage because it is a tough time limit. And Strafe flies up the first set of rungs on the salmon ladder, and oh my god, he skipped all the way to the bottom. He didn't use the second or the third rung. That's amazing from Strafe, and what's he doing? He's bouncing off the wall on the solar swing, and now he is going through it. He skips up a step onto the balance tank. 40 seconds left, double the time Petrillo had getting here, and look at that technique. Strafe is going on to the brand new double pinch, kind of replacing the metal spin. It is very tough. Strafe hops into the first one, and the second one, he makes it look easy. Strafe is now on to the tunnel snakes, the last obstacle of stage 2, and he has so much time in the bag. Strafe Helix for his first time ever. Oh, he's gonna do some showboating. Why not? That is his first ever stage 2 clear in his career. It took him 8 appearances to finally get it, but man, that was a dominant stage 2 run. Look at that on the salmon ladder, skipping the second and the third rung going down. And then on the balance tank, little cowboy wrangler technique right there. And it paid off for Strafe. And with 12.3 seconds left, he is moving on to stage 3.
Nice, Vulcan. Got this. First time on Spoty's course. Well done.
Also, that was his 4th time attempting stage 2, and he finally did it, and he will be the first person to attempt stage 3 in the regeneration era.
I think this stage 2 is rather 50-50. It could go either I fail early, I fail deep, or I clear. Honestly, anything can happen on this stage.
Anything can happen, yeah, there's no doubt about that. Atlantic Champ, his last 2 times on stage 2 were quite different. In Tournament 19, he beat it, but in Tournament 20, he bumped his head on the dismount of the Kudari Salmon Ladder, which caused him to come up short of the dismount. Now he has a chance for some revenge. Atlantic Champ, 70 seconds. He is taking on stage 2 for his 3rd tournament in a row. Just like Strafe Helix, and now he is onto the obstacle that took him out in Tournament 20. Atlantic is climbing very nicely. He gets to the top with no slip-ups, and now it's time to go back down. Atlantic is actually going to use all the rungs, unlike Strafe. And this is where he failed last time. Atlantic doesn't make the same mistake again, and now he is on to the solar swing. His first time attempting this obstacle in a tournament, and he is taking a lot of bounces on that second trampoline, but he finally speeds it up, and he's got 35 seconds left. Oh my goodness, he barely made that dismount. Now Atlantic is onto the balance tank, 30 seconds. He's doing all right on time. Can he stay on the ball? He jumps up, he jumps again, but the ball comes back for him and saves his life. Now Atlantic going straight into the double pinch. Atlantic Champ does not make it into the first pinch. And that is his second stage 2 failure in a row. On the double pinch, you have to land perfectly in the middle of each pinch. And he might have hit his head on the pole, I'm not sure. But Atlantic is proving why this is going to be a very tough obstacle moving forward. Lots of people were worried about it, and Atlantic Champ is the first victim.
It's a big relief getting past that stage 1. I was a little worried, but I was able to do it, and I'm just looking forward to see how I could handle this stage 2. I just have to keep a good pace and, hopefully not fall, obviously. But definitely just keep a good pace.
Yes, GoTanks needs to do a better job of keeping that mental clock ticking because he timed out on this stage in the last tournament.
GoTanks, I love you. I'm gonna do your intro for you.
No, don't do it.
No, you can't. I love you, buddy.
I hope Chris doesn't get jealous of GoTanks for what Fireball just said. Anyway, so fun fact, GoTanks was actually the 200th ever stage 1 clear in this tournament. This is his 11th time on stage 2. He started out 8 for 8 on this stage, but failed at the last 2 tournaments, at the metal spin, and then in the last tournament, it was the clock. And there is no more metal spin, but this time limit is very strict, even though Strafe cleared with double-digit seconds on the clock. GoTanks is now onto the salmon ladder, an obstacle he has always been very comfortable with. And look at that. It's just beautiful watching him go up the salmon ladder. Now he's got to go back down. So if GoTanks can just keep a good pace like he was saying in his interview, maybe he'll have a chance, but these obstacles do get tough. GoTanks is now on to the solar swing, and he's got to start bouncing around. GoTanks down to 40 seconds right now, but he's doing a pretty good job on the solar swing. GoTanks! Okay, he did make the dismount. I was worried for a second. Now onto the balance tank. He has always been good at rolling obstacles, but he struggles to start at rolling, but he's got it going now. GoTanks staying on top of the ball, looking good so far. And he goes for the dismount, and he makes it. He's got 20 seconds left onto the double pinch. The clock is ticking, GoTanks. That mental clock, come on. Keep it going, the double pinch. GoTanks, he gets through it, and he's got just over 10 seconds onto the tunnel snakes. Is it going to be enough time? GoTanks racing through the final obstacle. He's got time. GoTanks, he's going for it, and he defeats stage 2 with 1.3 seconds left on the clock. My goodness, that was so close. GoTanks, the all-star, is such an amazing competitor. Look at that. The double pinch was a very tough obstacle. He was definitely worried about it, but he defeated it. And the clock was ticking down, but he finally had the time he needed. 1.3 seconds left. That's it.
No way. Oh my god.
Oh,
You got
you
it.
got time. Go. Oh, beautiful. Nice jump.
Come on, GoTanks. Come on,
He's
GoTanks.
got it. He's got it. Let's go, guys.
Please.
Oh, how?
Can I just say one thing? Two things. First thing I'm gonna say is once again,
Look at that.
shows.
I don't understand.
GoTanks shows he does his absolute best under the most pressure.
The pressure was on it.
Oh, what a great run. What a great run.
That was a fantastic run and definitely shows why GoTanks is an all-star on this course. He joined Strafe Helix on stage 3.
Coming in stage 2, I'm definitely nervous. I do feel a little bit more confident coming in stage 2 than I did going into stage 1. I feel like I have more obstacles down on stage 2 than I did on stage 1. Double pinch behind me. Definitely worried about it, but I think if I get there, I can do it, and hope I can.
Man, I'm just hoping my boy gets back to stage 3. I think he deserves it. He's gonna show off on this stage right here. He's gonna beat this. I believe in him, man. He's gonna beat this right here. He's gonna hit that buzzer back there. He's gonna make it. I believe. Who the hell was that? He's gonna make it, man. I'm proud of you, man. You're gonna do this for me.
I love you.
You my boo. I love you too. Mwah.
What is happening?
All right, I guess Chris never got jealous, so that's good. DHG Fireball number 100 is about to take on the second stage. What are we going to get out of the Grand Champion? So far, this stage 2, 4 attempts, 2 clears, 2 failures. Fireball will be the deciding factor on whether this stage 2 goes above or below 50%. DHG Fireball right now is on the salmon ladder, and he looks clean as can be going up. And now it's time for him to go back down. See, speed has always been a very big part of Fireball's jumping, so that should definitely benefit him. He gets through the first 2 obstacles pretty quickly and does not slow down at all going into the solar swing. And Fireball is hopping through it very nicely, and Fireball gets to the dismount. Now it is time for the balance tank. 35 seconds left, and oh, he almost rolled off the front. It was close there. He almost pulled a Petrillo fam. Fireball rolling it nice and slowly. 25 seconds left. He's got maybe even, it's almost dead even with GoTanks' time. Wow. Okay, Fireball is going to go for the double pinch. And look at this. Fireball gets through it. And he's still got 12 seconds left on the last obstacle of stage 2. Fireball jumping through the tunnel snakes. And he's got the time. He is shooting the ground. DHG Fireball, the Grand Champion, is going back to stage 3. That is his 7th stage 2 clear in a row, and this guy has just been absolutely amazing throughout his entire career. 3.1 seconds, that might be the fewest seconds he's ever had left on a clear of any kind, but it doesn't matter because he is moving on once again.
Come on!
The streak is alive. The streak is alive. Let's go.
Fireball is always so much fun to watch, and he was the last person on stage 2, and he is moving on. And just like that, 100 competitors has become 3. Strafe Helix, Gotenks, and DHG Fireball will all take their shot at this new and improved 3rd stage. This is the biggest overhaul Stage 3 has seen in a very long time, and nothing about this stage is easier. There are 8 obstacles that must be completed, some are brand new, and some are the toughest obstacles from the past. There will be no time limit on this stage, and anyone who completes it will advance to the final stage for a shot at total victory. Our remaining competitors have combined for 4 3rd stage clears on Halo Ninja Warrior, but they haven't seen a 3rd stage as tough as this one. The fate of this tournament and the beginning of the regeneration era all lie in the hands of a veteran, an all-star, and a grand champion. We will soon find out if anyone has what it takes to conquer this stage, so let's get down to the course and hear from the first man up.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have as much fun as I can on this stage. It's my first time, so I'm just going to take on board and take it on.
Taking on Stage 3 for his first time ever is the veteran Strafe Helix. Strafe first competed in Tournament 10 and was the 100th ever Stage 1 clear in Tournament 12. After his first real success on the course, Strafe vanished for all of the MCC tournaments, but returned on Halo 5. It took a few tournaments for him to get back on track, but he has now cleared Stage 1 in 3 tournaments in a row and made it past Stage 2 for his first time. Now he's finally showing us how dominant of a competitor he can be, so let's see Strafe put his best foot forward on the 3rd stage. So his 8th appearance, and now it's his first time on Stage 3. The only person who took longer to get to Stage 3 for their first time was Pixel Projects. He made it on his 9th appearance. So Strafe Helix is going to kick off the regeneration era of Stage 3. And up first is a returning obstacle. It is the pole vault, kind of a different version of it though. You have to slide up the pole and then jump off the tip of it, and he did just that. Strafe is now onto the reverse hill. Nobody failed this in the last tournament, but he has kind of a different technique. He's just walking straight into the wall, and he's still getting it. Strafe Helix is onto the last ledge of the reverse hill, and now he is going to try the Psycho Chain. These are all very small ledges. Now you don't have to land on all of them. He did save jump and stick that first ledge. Let's see what he does for the rest of them. All right, looks like he's gonna keep save jumping. He's trying to, he wants to do well on Stage 3 right here. He is playing it very safe. Strafe still save jumping, and he is sticking on each one of these ledges. Very impressive. Strafe doing it again. All right, he's got 2 more. Can he do 2 more and make it to the cliffhanger? The cliffhanger, that's always the goal, right? You always want to get to the cliffhanger on Stage 3. Oh my goodness, he's glitching through the block. And the last one, Strafe is not going to save jump that one. He is onto the cliffhanger.
Got this, Fulton.
This is probably the make or break if I get a good one or not.
Well, we've had the ultimate cliffhanger and we've had the crazy cliffhanger, but now you can meet the ultra crazy cliffhanger. There are some big transfers. This one you actually have to go up. It's a very tough jump. Strafe pulls it off. He is onto the 2nd ledge. Now the 3rd and 4th ledges are very small. Strafe hops right through them. And now the big transfer down to the 5th ledge. This is the big jump. Can Strafe do it? He jumps up, he jumps across, and Strafe comes up short. He is out on the ultra crazy cliffhanger. The newest rendition of this obstacle has claimed our first Stage 3 victim of the new era. He just came up short. Did not get the distance he needed to make it to that 5th ledge. You can look at it right here. Let's see how close he got. Oh, it was so close. Just a little bit bigger of a jump, and Strafe might have had a chance to get a save jump, but he is in the water.
No! I thought for a split second I made that. I was so close to getting it.
Well, let's find out how Strafe feels about his first ever Stage 3 attempt.
I don't know really. I thought it was a good jump, and yeah, it just backfired. I'm really happy I got there though. I think that is a very healthy first attempt at Stage 3, and hopefully in the next tournament I'll beat it.
Well, beating that version of the cliffhanger is going to be a very, very tough challenge moving forward.
On stage 2, I was pretty nervous at the end because I knew my time was running low, but I was able to get the jumps right at the end and hit the buzzer with just enough time. It feels really good to be back on stage 3. You know, it's been a while, but very happy to be back and, you know, give it my best shot.
Taking on his 9th third stage is the all-star GoTanks. This is GoTanks' first time on stage 3 since Tournament 18, but he still holds the record for most ever third stage clears with 3. His first time defeating it was on only his 3rd appearance in Tournament 10, and he cleared it again in the following tournament. He's still the only competitor to clear stage 3 2 times in a row, but he hasn't completed the stage since Tournament 16. Now the stage is tougher than ever, and GoTanks will have to be on his A game to live up to his incredible stage 3 record. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people here to watch GoTanks on stage 3. They can't even leave him alone on the starting platform. GoTanks, I'll tell you what, he's been getting a lot of fellow competitor support this tournament. Look at all the people around him. GoTanks stepping up to stage 3 for the first time since Tournament 18, and it looks like, oh, everyone's getting in on the GoTanks intro. Look at that. Wow, I've never seen it with that many people. That's pretty awesome. I'm sure GoTanks appreciates the support. One thing to keep in mind is that the last time GoTanks was on stage 3, he didn't get very far. He only got to the Sidewinder, which was the 3rd obstacle, and GoTanks makes quick work of the first obstacle, the pole vault, and now he is on to the reverse hill. He was not able to attempt it in the last tournament, but here he goes, jumping to the second one, and GoTanks looking for the speedy technique. No, GoTanks is out on the reverse hill. He goes for a faster technique. Instead of stopping on the second one, he went straight for the third one. And GoTanks misses it and slides his way down into the water.
No!
Good tournament, GoTanks. Great tournament.
That was good.
That was the earliest stage 3 failure since Tournament 16 when Sane failed the ball paddler, but this time it came at the hands of the reverse hill, and it struck down an all-star.
Getting total victory in the last tournament was a huge success for me after putting in tons of practice with the previous fails in 18, 19, and even 15. Coming into the new era, tournament got buffed. Stage 1 and Stage 2 were harder, competitors are failing, but to get back here really shows that I want to do good, and hopefully I can do pretty good.
Our last man standing in Tournament 21 is the newest Grand Champion, DHG Fireball. Fireball's career got off to an impressive start when he reached Stage 3 on his first ever appearance in Tournament 12. The next time he reached Stage 3 in Tournament 15, he made it all the way to the final jump, but poor execution of his technique caused him to slip into the water. Since then, he has been to Stage 3 in every tournament, meaning this is his 7th tournament in a row attempting this stage. He's had a wide variety of failures in that time, including the first obstacle once, and the final obstacle 3 times now. Luckily, in the last tournament, the stars finally aligned for Fireball, and he punched his ticket to the final stage and made the most of it. Now, Fireball will endure the difficulties of this renewal course and try to defeat this stage against all odds. Well, now 2 of the 3 Grand Champions have reached Stage 3 in the tournament after they achieved total victory. Jop did it in Tournament 10, and now Fireball has done it in Tournament 21, and Chris was waiting for him. Ninty was dropping from the sky. Asians is there too. A bunch of surprises for Fireball at the start line. Wow, everyone is ready to see the Grand Champion attempt this Stage 3. Both of the last 2 competitors failed it, and now Fireball has gotten through the pole vault and will now take on the reverse hill where GoTanks just failed. Fireball lands on that third one. See, he's actually landing on them, not just continually jumping, but now he is on to the Psycho Chain, and Fireball says, I'm not safe jumping on this one. He is going for it all, and DHG Fireball gets through it, and he goes right into the cliffhanger. He's going for speed on stage 3. It doesn't really matter if you go fast or slow here, but he gets the first transition on the ultra crazy cliffhanger. Now, going to the 3rd and 4th ledges. All right, Fireball, the big transition. Strafe failed this earlier. Can Fireball do it? The Grand Champion goes for it, and Fireball is safe jumping. Can he get the dismount? Yes, DHG Fireball.
Ah, that's what I wanted to do.
Money shot. Bro, the rest of the stage is cake, bro.
He is the first person to ever defeat that version of the cliffhanger, and he just adds another incredible feat to his resume, and now he is the first person to attempt the quad slicer. This is this obstacle is all about save jumping and corner jumping. 2 things that can be very tough to do, and this one is just so taxing because you have to stay so focused on it. If you lose your focus for a second, you will fall off and fail, but Fireball keeps his focus and gets onto the planet bridge. What an amazing run from the Grand Champion. He's looking at the crowd, now looking at the obstacle. You have to jump off of these balls and then bounce off of the trampoline to the next one. See if he can do it. Fireball bounces, and yes, he's got the first one. 2 more to go. DHG Fireball lining himself up, and he's got it. 1 more, and he can move on to the hang climb. Come on, Fireball. Yes, he's got it. All right, now time for a very big jump to that first rock. Fireball is on to the hang climb. One of the most feared obstacles in tournament history. It's only been beaten twice, once by Buddy Jumps and once by Alpha Puma. This is the big transition right here. Can Fireball do it? He is lining himself up. You got to get those feet in the right spot. He's looking for it. Oh, I think he found it. He goes for it. Fireball. No, he doesn't make it. Oh my goodness, the save jump. Fireball is still alive.
Ooh.
No.
Oh my god. Did you even attempt the jump? I just saw you slide down.
I think everyone was shocked by that one, and now Fireball gets a second chance at this transition. And he's gonna go right for it. He misses it again, and he gets the save jump again. That is unbelievable. Fireball with a 3rd try at this jump. That's twice in a row he came up short, and because he knew he was coming up short, he was able to pull himself back to that first rock. But he's gonna have to really commit if he wants to make it onto the 3rd hold of this hang climb. Fireball looks for it again. He goes for it. Fireball doesn't make it, and no saving it this time. DHG Fireball is out on the hang climb of stage 3, and tournament 21 just came to an end. You can see he grazed right by that 3rd rock, and he also grazed by the first one on his way back down, but he could not land on either one of them, and DHG Fireball has failed the feared hang climb.
No!
No!
It's over!
Ah. Suicide.
God dang it, bro! I had it.
Everybody come melee Fireball, see if we can kill him.
I want to think.
Agents! Actually, just shoot.
No, we all gotta shoot him.
I have 3 attempts.
Shooting's
More
better.
than I had in practice.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, I'm dying, bro. Why?
He
Why
went down
me? Like,
fast.
why don't I die?
Well, that's the 2nd tournament in a row that Fireball ended up getting shot to death by his fellow competitors. The only difference was that last time it was after achieving total victory. This time, he just failed stage 3. Either way, that is Fireball's 3rd first place in a row, but we clearly just saw how difficult the 3rd stage is. Even with 3 attempts at the hang climb, Fireball still couldn't defeat it, and now it's time for our competitors to reflect and regroup. 100 competitors stepped up to the first ever Regeneration Era tournament, and all 100 were eliminated. Stage 1 saw a record number of failures, and this was the first time a tournament ended before the final obstacle of Stage 3 since Tournament 13. With so many difficult obstacles, hopefully our competitors will learn from their mistakes and come back stronger for Tournament 22. Either way, that was a great tournament, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough for competing and watching this video. If you ever want to compete on this course, make sure to message me, Smokey Massacre, on Xbox Live, and you can also check out the Halo Ninja Warrior Facebook page for more updates surrounding Halo jumping, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.